Well, hello everybody.
And we've come with
Welcome
the Lady
back.
Tyrell as well.
Nice to see you again, my lady. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
You again, my lady.
Don't think I want stuff on me.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Don't think I want
Sir Nicholas,
stuff on me.
good to see you, my friend.
Just okay.
Oh, please, old friend, don't bow for me. I brought an old friend.
Good, good.
And hopefully a Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Wrong push to talk button.
Oh dear.
Hello?
Are you quite alright?
Yes, I'm fine. I pushed the wrong button, and I think I shoved Sir Nicholas by mistake. I'm terribly sorry, my friend. I was trying to introduce you to Travis. He is one of the warriors of King's Landing, and he had never been to Winterfell. And I apparently described it very well, so he wanted to come and see it. And of course,
I see.
you know Lady Tyrell.
Hello, Commander. Or Lord Commander, I should
King
say.
Star. It is good to see you, my friend.
Travis?
How are
Just,
you?
I'm doing quite well.
Sitting.
It is great seeing yourself. See, your colors have changed.
It's an honor to meet you.
Yes, sir. I was
Lovely place.
told
you
to
guys are building here.
adorn myself properly as to the Kingsguard.
Thank you.
Still think the green, black, and white looks better, but you know.
It will take some getting used to.
Yep.
Travis, this is
Yes.
King Leonidas.
Ah, King Leonidas. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Rise.
Travis, he is a warrior of King's Landing who is working very hard to rebuild, or perhaps rebuild, the town.
We're trying. Trying anyway.
Oh, that is good. Before you went to the King's Landing guard, what house did you belong to?
I was with Lord Marius Illyrian. God's grace.
I don't think I recognize that. Which house?
He's the banner, or he was bannerman for Prince Martell, Dorn.
Ah, okay.
But
He,
he's
he is
now
the
he's
leader of the
he's
house
moved on
that
to
was ascended.
Casterly Rock.
Yes, he has been given Casterly Rock. He who shall not be named is no longer in residence.
Makes sense. Well, Draven, is it?
Dravis.
Dravis, my apologies. With this being your first visit, you can probably see a few different buildings we have. Still a work in progress, but you know.
Yeah, very nice what you have so far. We built God's grace, but that's a much smaller scale where we were. So it's just a handful of. This is just looking to be turning out to be quite magnificent.
Well, thank you very much.
King, if you'd like, I could show him around.
That would be nice. I do believe you still know your way around.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Please follow me, Lady Adelaide. I know you've received the tour 1,000 times. I'm sure you have
Oh
other
yes.
things that you would like to speak to or look at. We will be back in a moment.
Well, Grace, good to see you again.
Thank you. It is great to see you as well, Miss Lady Adelaide. How are things in your neck of the woods?
Oh, my head builder has returned from his vacation, so he has set to work finishing the reconstruction of High Garden. We are finishing up on the town around the keep, and then the wall will go up around that.
Oh, wonderful. Do you have a maester within your lordship?
I do not. We had a red priest, but he decided to move elsewhere. So we have rebuilt our godswood and no mace or anything like that.
Ah, my apologies on that then.
Oh no, it's quite. I do enjoy coming over here and making use of mace food.
Ah, yes, he's a one of a kind, and you can't have him. He's mine. Just saying.
I don't plan on taking him as long as he's here. He's a safe distance, but I can still access him.
Yes. Huh.
Heart and soul of the operation.
Holy crap, the king took forever to wake up. So, the rumor is going around that today is your birthday. Is it true?
Oh yes, it is.
Oh, wonderful. Um, I'm no chef, so unfortunately I have no cake to share. I'm sorry. But I can find a beer somewhere.
Hey, I am never gonna say no to a beer.
Okay, one moment while I go look for it.
Yes.
All the basics of home, kitchen, beverages, anything that you need.
One of my favorite places.
What the heck is going on?
Of
The
course.
food and the alcohol.
'Tis the heart and soul, yes. Don't mind the wolves. They are, well, I'm not going to say they're harmless. I don't want to lie to you, but they won't attack. Over to the side here, you see our huntress's home,
Ah,
but she is not currently in residence.
How are you like in your new position?
My mistress of coin position. I will say I'm rather fond of the title itself. Numbers are a specialty of mine, so that's not really a problem.
I have got two for each of you.
Thank you.
No problem.
To Lady Tyrell.
Swear, some good ale and wine that comes out of the High Garden, but stuff from up north is something else.
Oh, good. We seek to be a one of a kind.
This building here is to be used as an embassy or as a meeting house in time of trouble. So if
Glad to see he still knows as well.
What this was for.
Yep. I've begun construction on my towers for the outer walls as something new, and putting some big crossbows up top of them.
Useful.
Big crossbows is a little bit of an understatement.
Then I also plan to do the
Something
same.
I wanted to discuss with you.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
do we need to go somewhere quieter?
You have that crafts your weapon.
Our armor crafter is Miss Bella Stark.
How are her skills?
The best of all the Starks. I do not know the specifics. If you like, she should be coming in the gate shortly, and you could visit with her about it.
I was making sure that you guys had something to craft. If I could put a number on my own skill, it would be at right at 2,000.
Miss Bella,
Around the outside,
Oh,
leading up
Lord.
to.
King.
Miss Bella, Lady Adelaide was asking about crafting. I don't know if she needed us to craft something for her or not. I told her you're the best crafter for armor and stuff of all the Starks.
Enjoyed a little bit of combat. Could build their homes on this side of the wall, but can make them a bit larger.
How can I help you, my lady?
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
makes
I merely wanted to make sure that the Winterfell
makes
had
sense.
a crafter on hand for things like that. I had been crafting stuff for Highgarden,
You have seen all there is
Casterly
to see
Rock,
of
and then I did a
Winterfell.
little bit more for some of the new
Definitely
members
beautiful
of
place.
council.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
setting. Mountains, snow.
And since
Quite
we're all
lovely.
It is
friends,
very
I
different than
figured it would
King's
be best
Landing.
to make sure that they had
Yes,
someone that was
the days are extremely hot.
crafting up armor for them. You know.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I have 14 views
I
already?
believe she was asking if you
Sweet.
could put a number on what your skill in the crafting arts might be.
Well, right now I'm waiting for a potion from Maester Fu to reevaluate my stats.
Oh, I did that.
When you do so, do not forget to develop some aptitude for this weather.
I think I have
It's a
a
very
fairly
good
good
lesson
balance
to
going
learn.
on right now.
Good.
I still I still get the crafting I need, and I can still take a beating and withstand a little bit of this cold.
That is good.
Oh, are they back on the tour?
Yes. I've gotten pretty good at giving the tour, so it was a quick one.
It is a very nice place.
Sir Nicholas
Took
is
quite a
one
while to
was
build up.
I'm sure, I'm sure.
slaved away for many days. king.
Who the heck is he?
May I present King Rhaegar Targaryen?
Hello, King. Why are you on one of my house mounts?
Well, this was a
The
mount that
heck?
was my father's during the time he reigned. It is still there. Apparently, the laws of gods say that King's Landing can utilize of each house, but I should give your This was a creature that my father owned during his reign. The god's laws say that King's Landing can utilize the mounts of all houses, and I thought that I would come here to ask you if you were comfortable with me utilizing one of.
I suppose so, as long as the gods have written it in the laws of the land.
Very well. I wanted to bring it forth to you, so in case you said no, you know, you were aware of its existence.
I understand. Thank you for presenting it.
No problem. What? I don't know why that happened, sorry.
Lord Commander Mormont had spoken with me a couple of gods days ago that you wanted to speak with me, but we have been unfortunately unable to meet up. My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We can either talk in the keep, might be a little bit more uncomfortable when two of us are talking, or we can go to the embassy room and talk maybe a little bit more comfortably there.
Wherever you prefer. I am your guest.
Well, I think the embassy room is a little bit more comfortable, if everybody would like to adjourn there. It is right over here.
Hello,
Oh, hello,
Grace.
Gravis. How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Mormont
That's
was
where he
giving
went.
me a tour.
Ah,
I don't know if I'm to let them talk.
um, you're on my small council, so you'll know anyways. Come on in if you'd like.
Fair enough.
Thank you for meeting with me. Appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad you made the journey out this way. Is it laggy for you guys?
Did you speak to Lord Commander about the meeting that was held?
He had informed me that he is the Lord Commander of Knight's Guard, and Lady Tyrell here is
Mhm.
the Mistress of Coin, I believe.
Yes. I had all of the representatives from each house come, and all voted till we had unanimous decisions for everyone across the board that was put up for those positions.
Oh,
Took
that
a
is
while.
good.
Had you spoken about the decision he made on behalf of House Stark?
That I believe it would be that we work together for the best of all of Westeros.
Yes. That I have the fealty of House Stark, and we all work together. We are all back being the Seven again.
I still intend to keep the King of the North title.
Say that again?
I still intend to keep the King of the North as my title.
What do you mean keep the King of the North? You would still rule the North, but the title of King is reserved for the one that is the head of the Seven Kingdoms.
Some time ago, I had made a raven for all of the houses, announcing that I have taken the title of King of the North.
Your voice is cutting out, I can't hear you.
My apologies. Some time ago, I have made a announcement in as a form of a raven, saying that I had taken the title of King of the North as for myself.
I'm aware of this. I'm also aware that you gave permission to Lord Commander to speak on behalf of the North, rather.
Yes, indeed. I believe that he kept it that we would work together for the best of Westeros, but not revoking my title.
That is not how I understood it as you were to become part of the Seven again, which was exactly how it was worded to me.
My lord, I swore my fealty to protect you and my life to protect you, but I could not speak for Lord Stark's title, and that is why I was very careful to choose my words, that we swore to protect and uphold and help all Seven Kingdoms. But I could not make a claim for a man that was not present involving his title.
Very well. That's fine, that's why I'm here. I'd like to know what reason you have to not become part of the Seven again. Why you decided to break away in the first place.
Do have a question why you refer to it as the Seven, where the Greyjoys do have part of Westeros as their land.
The lands that the Seven Kingdoms have forever been on. It's been called the Seven Kingdoms, or it's been called the Seven forever. That's why I call it that. Because the lands where Highgarden and House Arryn are still there. They're just owned by someone else right now.
Sorry?
I believe Lady Tyrell still owns the High Gardens.
Not Highgarden, I'm sorry. Not High Garden. Sorry about that. I misspoke. I meant the Riverlands. And
What the heck is the Riverlands?
sorry about that. I apologize. I'm very
Quite
tired.
alright, quite alright.
But yes, the lands that the Vale and the Riverlands were on, they are owned by other people now, but they are still. There are still 7. The lands as of the 7, you know. It's just an old term that I've always used my whole life.
I understand that might have been before the Greyjoys started claiming some land.
Land which is not theirs.
Sorry. When I woke on shore,
Claiming.
the top right mountain of the map was given to the Greyjoys.
Mhm. And I believe the lands of House Aaron were given to them too, were they not? So I've been told.
Yes, they were. I was not including the
Right.
House Aaron as Greyjoy's proper land.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, that some of the, like, part of that land is not theirs. Only the Iron Islands is theirs.
God, what the hell are you talking about, man?
That portion of the mainland is part of the Iron Islands. The rest of the land that they have is not. Aside from that island and that little corner, anything else does not belong to them, whether it is owned by them right now or not. It is not. They are not the rightful owners. But I asked you why you thought to step away from being under the crown. What I did to deserve that from you.
Since waking up on shore, all I know is that there was a king. I do not remember his name. I think Ares. And then you had him killed at a time when we were trying to go to the bank. So I saw that you killed your father.
My lord, if I may, he did not have his father killed.
Thank you for welcoming me into your home, and calling me a kinslayer. But, unfortunately, the birds that have sung to you were wrong. My father was asked to be taken into custody until he calmed down.
That is a creature outside the wall, sir.
Ah, very well. But, my father was to be taken into custody. It wasn't until he started lighting the Kingsguard on fire that they defended themselves against him.
That is some things that I've never
So
been
again,
told.
Then perhaps you should have asked,
Or be told.
rather than break an oath that is generations old. Thousands of years old. So I'm trying to come here today to make this right and put things back in order where they are.
I understand.
Because the Greyjoys want more and more land. They wanted Casterly Rock as well. They also say they want Dawn. They are not
Dorne?
Westerosi people. The North has always been, since the first men have been Westerosi. Why are you working with people that have... They're not from your home country. They're invaders. That are
Living
proud to pillage and plunder.
living so close to them, I had gotten to know several of the Greyjoys, and they have been honorable men with myself. Another question that I have for you.
They are pirates, and they call themselves pirates. House Stark is full of honorable men. I fail to see how a member of House Stark, a noble house of honorable people for generations, could suddenly spend time hanging out with pirates. They're proud to be pirates. They said so in front of the...
All right, I just see them a little bit different than that, I guess. If I may ask one question, or another question anyway. Just before Lord Commander Mormont had been promoted to the Lord Commander of the King's Guard, I had named him as my successor in case I were to die. Would that still be the case? I think it was just barely before it all happened.
I had not had a chance to mention it to you.
Ah.
Would that still be? Can that still be the case with him being in the King's Guard, or will I need to name a different successor?
If he was to remain Kingsguard, he would have to. He has sworn no lands and titles or oaths other than the Kingsguard. If
There
well,
is
I
only
feel
one way
horrible
that
about
I am
that,
leaving
because not
the
aware.
Kingsguard, mate. That is my own demise. I will not bring dishonor title any.
All right.
Then I suppose regretfully decline your offer, Lord Stark. Even if I am sorry.
Lord
Sorry,
Commander,
I did not know about this.
I am honored that you have been chosen to be the Lord Commander of the Knights Guard. I will name another successor. For the time being, I do think that getting to know you a little bit more, having some of the things that I've heard been squashed, I will seek to join as part of Westeros, but I do not have any intent of going against the Greyjoys. But I'll do what I can for the best of Westeros.
Right. But if they attack Westeros, which they did say they planned on doing, what would you do? Who would you choose? Westeros or another country going to war with Westeros?
When they had first talked with me, I had heard those other rumors, which I do not want to mention again, and only knew of those. And so I had joined with them. Knowing these new things, I would need to contemplate them all, but so I see no reasons as to why we cannot work together for the greater good of Westeros.
So you will be joining, as I call them, the Seven again? I don't mind if you have a political relationship with the Greyjoys. If they want to be separate, they can be, but they will not accost Westeros. If they want the things that they need, they'll have to do trade for them. They're not going to raid and pillage our lands. Do you think that would be an acceptable thing for me to ask?
I've never seen them
But
raid
they
or
also
pillage anything.
they were flaunting the fact that they do that in front of Lady Adelaide, Lady Tyrell, in front of all of us at the Red Keep. They also kidnapped the Martell princess. Why do you support these men so much? I'm sure you've read the Ravens. Lord Commander speaks very highly of you.
Oh, sorry, I had a headache for a minute. Now I can.
'Tis a question I think I would need to sleep on to determine my words and answer you accordingly.
Very well, Lord Stark. But as the Greyjoys have basically declared war on Westeros, as far as I'm concerned, unless anyone here believes that not to be the way things are. Being separate from us in a time of war is a very difficult thing for us. And with you at our side, the Greyjoys will not attack us, and there can be peace. It literally puts you at war with us. That's why I'm trying to have you come back with the crown again.
I understand. I agree.
I'm not threatening you with war, my friend. I just want you to know that. You're saying by proxy that's what it does.
Without taking the time to sleep on it and consult with the rest of the Stark family, I can say at this time that I will rejoin with the crown and I'll step down from my claim to a King of the North. I'll just be Lord Stark. And as far as the Greyjoys go, I have made some good friends there. I will need to sleep on that for any further answers.
Very well, that's fine. And just remember that being a part of Westeros only makes you an enemy of them if they want to be your enemy. Because we are not trying to go to war with the Greyjoys. Let them have their lands. Let them use their lands. It's fine. Do trade with them if people want. That's fine. But they have never been and never will be part of the Seven Kingdoms. constant problem. That's all. Tell your people, talk to them, see what they have to say, and get back with me in a few days. In a few God's days. How's that?
Sounds reasonable. Thank you.
No problem. Come here and talk to you. I don't want any more wars. And the more people that are allies, the more guarantees we have there will be no war.
Mm.
You have to understand that Westeros is still giving you your money. Bank.
I believed it also gave the Greyjoys their money.
I did. So it's not as if there's this big epic battle that has to happen. I just want peace. That's it. Alright?
Alright, thank you.
No problem. Is there anything I can help you with? Any questions you'd like to ask me about whatever you may have heard? So that might ease your mind?
No, I think you've answered them. My main one you've answered towards the beginning of our conversation.
Is there anything you would like to say, Mistress of...
Oh no, I'd wanted to let you men talk since you actually hadn't had a chance to yet.
Thank you. And thank you again, Lord Stark.
No, not a problem.
And just... I want you to know something about me before I go. I don't rule people in a way that most would think King would. I serve the people. Were it not for everyone else, I would be out of a job, so to speak. And it's my job to protect everyone who lives on these lands, which is why I want you to be a part of us, so I can make sure everyone is safe. Please take care, my friend.
Take care, King Tigerian.
Hello, Night.
Be well, my friend.
Well, alright then.
I'm up for another beer.
Lady Tyrell.
Oh.
Was there anything that you needed of me before I leave?
No, my day's actually been built. My head builder returned from his vacation today. We're gonna finish off the reconstruction of High Garden.
Good, I'm glad. I'll have to come look at it when it's done. Thank you. I wish you well.
You are quite welcome. Travels back to King's Landing.
Oh, that was the king right there.
Thank you.
Lady Tyrell, did you need another beer?
Oh, yes, please.
All right, right this way. The way down's over here. I forgot.
Oh, that's right. This place doesn't look the same as it did.
Ah, they're in this little chest right here. Hello.
It says it is locked.
Oh, my apologies.
Thank you.
Lord Nicholas?
Yes, sir.
Ah, my friend. I have some things I need to talk with you about a little later in the evening. Would you guys like a drink?
I suppose I could take one.
Making me a little nervous there for a minute.
What was that?
Said I'll tell you that conversation was making me a little nervous there for a minute.
Yeah, it made me a little edgy too. I had conceded a little bit for my friend, Lord Commander Mormont.
Of course.
Lord Nicholas, now
All
that
in
we've
all, I think it went well.
Lord Nicholas, now that we've had a little bit of a drink to loosen the tongue a little bit, I would like you to speak freely. I had just had a meeting with King Targaryen, I believe his name is. He had come up here requesting that we rejoin Westeros and drop down to Lord instead of King for myself. Um, there had been much debate, much learning. My first knowledge of how the current king became in his stead, the fact that he had ordered his dad to, he ordered his father to be dead, was apparently a little bit untrue, whereas he ordered his father to be detained until he calmed down, from what I've been told. Um, at which point the former king did not agree to do so, and that is when he was struck down. And he had mentioned that he does not care if people go and do dealings still with the Greyjoys, but apparently he does not want the Greyjoys to be part of Westeros. When I first awoke on the shore, I believed us all to be one big family, all happy and everything, and had developed ties and friendships with the Greyjoys. As you probably well know, I believe you had accompanied me when they arrived a couple times.
Of course.
So, Lord Commander Mormont, I had named as my successor of the Stark family, in case something bad were to happen. With his new title, he is no longer able to accept that, and I'll need to think about it and name a new person to take over. Probably get with people individual and discuss that amongst them.
Yeah, I understand. Losing Sir Carol was quite a blow.
Indeed. So I had agreed to join underneath the king in efforts for our friend Lord Commander Mormont. I think the king had chosen wisely in taking him, and that may have been the way he got the agreement there. Which is, I guess, a discussion after a few other drinks later. Do you have any questions thus far?
So, if I'm correct, we are now a part of Westeros again.
Indeed. When I'd first been informed briefly about the meeting, it sounded as though I would be keeping the title of king, but having an alliance with the King Targaryen, whereas he had different ideas in his mind.
I see. I think I have a pretty good grasp on what was said, a good understanding of what'll happen moving forward.
Vassal Nicholas, would you be willing to be my successor if anything bad should happen to me? You would, however, be required to join the Stark family and take up Winterfell as your home, of course.
I would be honored to be head of Winterfell, should you fall.
Thank you. That does take some weight off of my mind.
I think a lot of people of Westeros seem to forget that Karstarks are truly just Starks. I read in some ancient texts of the House Karstark that somewhere along the line, a Stark fellow, the name Carl, was granted the house that became Carhold. And because he was the head of that house, they started calling his men Carl's men. And he fancied himself a little more important than he may have been. So he ended up changing his name from Stark to Karstark. And that's when Carhold became named Carhold.
It is good to know. Thank you. I appreciate learning more things about our past. Do either of you have any questions or anything I may have forgotten about in the meeting, Lady Tyrell?
No, I think you covered it all.
All right. Do you prefer Lady Tyrell or Lady Adelaide?
Lady Adelaide.
All right. I will do my best to remember that.
My people have just taken to calling me Lady Addie, so I mean...
Oh.
The true
Or
question
Mistress
is, do
Addie,
you
depending on who you
prefer
talk to.
Lady Adelaide or Mistress Adelaide?
I mean, Mistress Adelaide does have a nice ring to it.
Eh. Yes, it does. If you would just let me know whichever you like most, and I'll do my best to use that at all times. Um,
I think I might have to go with Mistress.
all right. Mistress Addie, do you think the gods would be too, um, what's a good word for it? Distraught if you were to join myself and vassal Nicholas on a nice wolf hunt? Well, not wolf hunt, but we ride wolves and we go hunt others. Oh, thank you.
What, like,
Like you borrow one for a short time, and we ride off and kill stuff and enjoy it, and then we bring it back and you return it back to the Starks.
I don't see any reason why the gods would be angry by that. It's not like I'd be keeping a wolf.
All right.
Oh, this is exciting.
I shall venture off to see if I can find any other Starks awake at the moment, and see if they would like to join us on the hunt. Um, please help yourself to a little bit more of the alcohol. I'm hoping to have a toast as we ride off into the, well, darkness, I guess, at the moment, and enjoy the good company of each other. Friends and all.
Ah, like fun. It's great. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Hello? Is anyone else awake? Hey, sweetheart. She's my new wolf I just got today. Caught her as a pup. And then Lily raised her up for me for quite some time. Hmm. Hello? Is anybody awake? Miss Bella? Hello? Mr. Fu?
Not very fond of him praying at the werewood.
Oh, Findora. Findora is no longer a member of Highgarden. He is moved to that new little settlement down by King's Landing. I'm rather happy about that. We were able to restore our Godswood to its former glory. Quite lovely. You'll have to see it. I can't even explain how beautiful it is. My steward outdid herself on it.
Good.
Should actually go look for
If my
an
memory serves
animal
me
to
correctly,
take.
when you and Jerry came to Winterfell the first time, wasn't Jerry speaking of that Dorn Martell boy being looking at the throne for himself?
Yes, Prince Doran had come to Highgarden with
She can use Jill.
one of the members of
Decent
the
stats,
Kingsguard
yes.
named Didnt, who was a
Mm.
part of the whole usurping of King Aerys. Naga, I think his name is?
I wanted to make sure I was correct on that. I think I have a pretty good memory, but I wasn't sure if it was Dorn Martell or Oberyn that was the one who fancied the throne for himself.
No, it was Doran, our new Hand of the King, which I found that rather ironic.
Was that brought up in the meeting to declare the new small council?
It was not. I don't know how many people actually know about it. And as it stands, it would be my word against his.
I think that's something that maybe should be brought to the king's attention.
May I have a conversation with Lord Commander Mormont?
Lord Stark, you were here as well for that meeting. And yes, Commander Mormont was there.
Mm-hmm. I believe it was.
I just thought it was odd when I read the Raven that Dorn Martell was declared Hand of the King.
You
They
did.
came to Highgarden and talking about his plan. I called out that Kingsguard member. You say you serve the crown, yet you're standing here letting this man speak of this treason? He didn't really even have an answer for me.
That gentleman isn't a part of the small council or anything like that, is he?
Night? No. I haven't. The last time I saw him actually was when the Lannisters tried to march on King's Landing.
The Dorn feller.
Well,
He had quite a lot of plans for how he would run his kingship, I guess I should say. I did not find anybody else awake at the moment, unfortunately. Just means more killing for us.
I think talking to Lord Commander Mormont might be a good course of action if he remembers the same words that we remember from that meeting. Then you'd have at least 3 of us that would be able to back your word over Dorn's.
It's very true.
You ready to get off and get some festivities going?
Oh yes.
Alright.
I got one more beer for the ride.
We don't seem to have any wine at the moment, I'm sorry.
Oh, that is quite alright. I am enjoying the beer.
Perfect. I think Jill might be a good fit for you.
Oh my goodness.
If you pet the back of the head just right, this'll happen. You should give it a try. You must pat the back of the head just ever so right.
I don't.
Ah, yes, that's the way. I thought I would lock up behind us since I'm the only Stark, or we're the only Starks
I
awake.
already locked the. I locked the 2 smaller gates of the inner wall.
Oh, thank you. Alright, birthday girl, which way are we going first?
Oh, let's see.
Let's get him.
Oh, that headache there for a second was very real.
Indeed.
Well, that's like big snack.
Opie tends to get restless when we go on these hunts. Oh, hold off, hold off, hold off. Don't kill this alpha.
Have we anyone that can tame it?
We don't currently, but I'll travel the lands and try to find someone who can.
Alright, let's head off. Lose it. have fun.
Oh, it's a pack of them.
Indeed. We can go ahead and dig in if you want. Is he just gonna play tag?
That's what I'm wondering. I didn't see what age it was.
59 years old.
Oh. Yeah, I can understand why he'd,
Oh, now he's playing Ring Around the Rosie.
uh-oh.
Let me construct something then.
Can you gather up some stuff to make a box that we can trap this thing in?
Indeed.
I think that might be what he's doing.
Where did it go? Wood. Always the wood. Do not go in the box with your animal, please. May I have it follow me for a moment? Alright, you can come on out the door.
Oh,
Mistress Addie, do you happen to have any extra meat?
Any what?
Extra meat? Cooked meat, if you do?
I sure do.
Oh, wonderful.
Good boy, Opie. Good boy.
This is what I have made right now.
Huh. There's another campfire that I find to
Having
work
a
quite
little-
well.
Quite interesting. I must say, that was pretty fun.
This campfire here I've learned to be quite effective.
Are you cold, my lady?
Damn.
Well, here.
Oh,
It'll be a little loose fitting, but
Much better. It was just getting kind of crucial as far as how cold it was.
It's not too bad yet.
Well, you know, further down south where I come from, it's usually a little more warm.
You could also stand in between the two fires if it's still a little cold. Sir Nicholas,
Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
is there a title you would like instead of vassal? It doesn't sound right coming off the tongue.
I'm not sure what the title of the other bannermen or of the lands have been taking.
Mistress Addie, what title does your bannerman have?
Well, as of now, my bannerman is my cousin and my steward. Well, one of my stewards. But once she moves on to form her own bannerman village, she will be a lady of her own right.
So she would be called Lady... name?
Lady Talia. Her own.
Aha, okay. So I can refer to as Sir Karstark as Lord Karstark too, yes?
Yes.
Alright, perfect.
That would be correct.
We have lots of meat now.
Excellent. I was running rather low.
These particular fires, actually, I find to be quite better than the standard campfire. Okay, I'll be in my head, checking the ravens.
must say, Lord Stark, while she's in her head, she looks damn good in a pair of fur, huh?
Indeed. I've had some thoughts of inviting her to be of the Starks, but I just wasn't quite sure how.
I've been wanting to make her a Karstark for quite some time. But she is very loyal to her house and her people, so...
Indeed. I believe that there's about to be a raven sent your way. All right. We shall swiftly escort you back to Winterfell then.
Oh yes, I have to do some work for the king, but it shouldn't take too long.
All right. This
Luckily,
campfire
it's
is
something
yours.
I did earlier, so I know exactly what I have to do.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
That's all that needs.
We've got lots of food to eat now.
Indeed. Are you staying out here with the...
Yeah, I'm afraid if we all go too far away that the gods might take it from us.
Yeah. Come back and check up on you out here once I get done. See if I can't come across a stable hand along the way.
That would be quite lovely.
Problem. Completely understand
Not
that.
as
Wanting to let that
lovely
one
as
go.
you in fur,
Oh, you like that, huh?
but pretty close.
It's a little bulkier than I'm used to, but quite useful for this climate. Alright.
All set? Hello, how are you doing today?
Do you need to reclaim her?
Only if you're not coming back for another hunt.
Oh, I'm coming back. I just have to go handle this real quick.
Alrighty. I'll probably do some more work around here while I wait for your return.
Excellent. I'll see.
So instead of kicking you out right now, because you just joined in, we had a fun little hunt because it was her birthday, in real life and in game. So I thought I'd just kind of let you hang around, enjoy the sights. Oh, and now you're gone. Hello. Hoping it's not too laggy today. Just trying to catch up on a few ravens that have been sent to me, and I'll wait for Mistress Tyrell to arrive back here. Then we might go back on a nice hunt. It was her birthday today, so we wanted to let her have some fun. Let her use one of our wolves that she otherwise could not have. You definitely want to watch this from the beginning portion. It's when well, any future people that come and watching this, that's when the King of Westeros shows up and sort of begs of me to step down from my king spot down to Lord. Which is a pain in the neck conversation. Wanted to end it a few times. I wanted to be like, hey, King of Westeros, there's the door. Please have a safe journey home. Very polite like is what I planned to do, but yeah. Well, guys, I think it's going to take her a little bit longer than first expected. I will catch you guys next time.